Hello and welcome to In Stitches. This here is a portable sewing machine. So it has a handle, you can pick it up. It's got, it's got the look of a sewing machine, sort of. It's a bit stubby looking. But the purpose of this machine is for closing bags and, sewing things like netting or something like that where you need to be joining two pieces of material out in the field. So this particular machine is used for bird netting on orchards. So they lay bird netting over the trees, and where they need to join them, they take this machine out on site and just run so the material runs under the foot here. So there's your presser foot there and your needle. It's got a reasonably chunky needle there, and chunky feed dogs. Yeah, so you see them quite often used for closing sacks and things like that, potato sacks, flour bags, I guess, and whatnot. This particular one is a rechargeable battery powered unit. And so normally, back in the day, they would be AC powered. So normally you would take a generator and plug the unit into the generator. But these more modern ones have got a rechargeable battery pack here. So pretty handy. This is actually a customer's machine, and I thought I'd show you what's up with this one today. Hopefully it's not going to be too much of a major issue. The problem is that there's a whole bunch of thread caught around inside there. It's black thread, so it's a bit hard to see, but there's quite a bit of thread caught around this shaft here. The idea is going to be to get in there and see if I can unravel the thread. The thread's extremely strong. This is a bonded nylon, and you can't break this thread with your bare hands. Well, someone might be able to, but I certainly can't. It tends to sort of cut into your skin before it snaps. Hopefully I might be able to just reverse the machine and pull the thread out as I'm turning it in reverse. There's no hand wheel as such. These are just, they've got a switch on the trigger here. That switch there. It's go or no go. It's full on or it's not at all. So there's no way of turning the machine manually. You can reach in here and turn the wheel sort of at a pinch. It's very difficult. So I thought, just for ease, I'll take this handle off, which is also the belt cover, and we'll be able to turn the machine over, and we'll get in, have a wee look at what's going on. Just get this out of the way, it's going to make things a bit easier. Even just that there will make it a bit easier to turn. So I've got access to the belt there, so we can turn the machine over quite easily there. I'll show you the machine in operation once I get this thread cleared out of here. But I'd say what's happened is the looper thread down here has broken, and the shaft has picked up the loose end and just pulled it through and wound it round and round and round the shaft there. I might just try and grab a loose end with the tweezers to start with, because I think if I can get a loose end, I can just turn it backwards. In fact, there's a little loop of thread there. I can probably just trim that and make a start. Let's see here. So I'm just going to turn it in reverse there. So I'll grab just that tail. There we go. There's a tail coming out there now. If I just carry on in reverse, I'm hoping that will just eventually come free there. That's better. I've got access to the large pulley there, so it's going to speed up this here a little bit. There we go. Yeah, that's better. A bit easier. This is going to take a little while, I think, so I'll just jump cut ahead and come back when I've got all of this thread out here. There's not as much as I thought actually in there. That's the extent of it there. It's not a lot of thread, but it's certainly enough to stall the machine. Well, partially anyway. I think it was just getting a little bit slow. It was a little bit, this caused a bit of drag on the shaft. That's it. It's pretty straightforward. But I thought I'd show you. Anyway, there's the motor there. Motor here with the drive pulley here with the belt up to this larger pulley. So that there is driving the machine there, basically. So around this side here, we've got a little oil chamber here with a pump. And the idea is to just, at the start of each day, is to give that a few pumps. It just pumps a bit of oil down. This one comes down into the main bearing down here, through that tube there. And then this one here, which has got a wick in it, comes up and through into the head of the machine and does the other main bearing in here. There's manual oil points here, one there, one there. There's a couple out back here, and one on the top there, that one there. And then you basically just, there's a oil pad down in here. So you mainly just manually oil it. There's another oil point just here. This is our thread holder here on the top here. It holds the cones. This is the battery pack, power supply, on-off switch. Another oil point here. The motor brush is there, nice and easy to access, so that's pretty handy. It's actually a really nice quality machine. It's a Taiwanese made machine. Yohan, they're pretty good quality. Yeah, you can just tell that they're just a step above some of the cheap brands that you see around. We'll go ahead and thread it up and I'll show you this machine in action. Lower thread comes in through here. I'm just going to overexpose a little bit so you can see in the darker areas here. Thread through that little take up there. Then just straight through the back of the looper there. And then it's a matter of getting this thread through that eye there on the looper. You probably can't see it, but it's right there. I'm having a bit of trouble seeing it myself actually. It's just a bit dark in there. And so that there, pull that through. So that's the looper thread done. And then needle thread. Let's just bring that needle up there. It's still partially threaded here. I haven't had to thread the tensioners there. There's a couple more oil points here, one there, one there. So just come in through the take up there. Like that, and then just down, straight down through the needle. Actually, that thread is jammed. Yep. Straight down through the needle there, front to back. This is a 2-thread system, so you've got your needle thread and your looper thread. Some of these bag closers are just a single thread chain stitch. So you have a looper underneath that it doesn't carry any thread as such on the single thread machines. It just loops, so it picks up the needle thread and loops around, and as the needle comes back down the looper, it goes through the loop that it's just picked up off the thread, and that creates a continuous chain. So yeah, these are just a little bit more robust as far as the stitch is concerned. Okay, we'll just plug it in there and we'll turn it on and we'll give it a blast. The foot up there. Go. And if I hold it the way it's designed to be held, so it hangs the machine hangs like that, and if you can imagine, this is a sack, you know, the top of a sack, or joining two pieces of bird netting, or, you know, just use your imagination, but it's basically just two layers of canvas here. That's your top stitch, and this is what it looks like underneath there with your chain stitch. So yeah, pretty handy for, you know, what it's designed for. So there we go, all fixed and ready to go back to the customer. So yeah, just a short one today. Thanks very much to my supporters on Patreon, and thank you very much for watching.